What did you say?
Mudda secret.
What?
Mudda secret.
Mudda sick. We're mudda sick. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Well Mudda Sick with One Touch Brother Hush. The Negus of Nassau, your favorite Zad, Lord Jaylin Willard. Please, if you want to, advertise on One Mudda Sick, please email us at theoriginalpeoplenetwork@gmail.com or send us a personal message on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We'll be we're so excited to hear from you. What else I gotta say? Well, we're back again. Back with, another 20-25 minute rant. Or, something more, a little bit more educational. But on today's episode, this episode is entitled, I Need Some Alone Time. I need some alone time. Now you're going to say, Lord J, what do you mean? I know it's in human nature, not always wanting to be alone. We always want to be around other people that we care for. We don't ever want to be left out of anything. We have FOMO, the fear of missing out, when it feels like life is happening and we're not involved with it. But today, I'm saying everyone needs moments in their life to be to themselves, and not just for an hour or a day. Sometimes it's probably more than that, probably weeks to months or even years sometimes. And I'm gonna break down why I need some alone time, why you need some alone time, and the power of being alone. So I'm gonna start off with my journey of being alone. So now I know we're now in the holiday season, we're in cuffing season, and people are, even if you have you're in a relationship with somebody, the holidays are great. We just came from Thanksgiving. Christmas is coming up soon. We have Valentine's Day after that. It's cold out right now. You want someone to cuddle up with while it's cold, show affection and do all those lovey-dovey stuff. I slick one, two, but then I mind missing out on cuffing season. Save me some money. But I know that's a natural human reaction, is to spend time with a significant other or even just maybe friends and family. But I feel like, we spend so much time in embracing being around other people and not enough time spending with ourselves, so that we don't even grow. And oftentimes we are left feeling incomplete, and we blame the people around us, whether it be a significant other, friends or family, or even, people in your work environment, when you're the problem in the first place. So I'm going to begin with my story, and then we're going to go from there. So, in my journey of being alone, I remember early 2018, after constantly dating from 2012 and up until 2018, not really finding satisfaction in my relationships, I decided, just to, break it off with every person I was either involved with at the time, and, begin to work on myself, because I felt like, I was emotionally unstable. I had some mental shortcomings. didn't feel like, I was financially stable or even career wise where I wanted to be. I wasn't well connected spiritually. So I felt as though, how can I put my all into a relationship and try to build a relationship with somebody else when I don't have a clear cut and solid relationship with myself? And since then, I've been on a hiatus from dating. I've said this multiple times on Everything Cool. If, for those of you who follow the show, I took a break from dating because, I felt certain things I just need to hone and, I need to take time to, build myself and put myself together. And now, fast forward almost 2 years later, I feel like, I finally become stable within myself. I know myself. I know what I want. I know what I don't want. I know the path I need to take to get there. Everything feels so clear right now. And, in conversing, is it conversing? I think it's conversing. Hold on, let me look that up real quick. Because I didn't want to, use the wrong tense on this show. Hold on. Let's see if I use it. No. Conversate. I ain't got nobody. I want to use proper tense on this show. Okay, conversate. Yeah. Let me see. We're going to cut this out. The difference between... All right, I said it right. To converse. So, don't mind that. So, as I conversed with different people, different friends, and, they would tell me about their... different drawbacks or their feelings of emptiness or feelings of not feeling complete. And I always ask them, when the last time you was alone? When the last time you took time to just be alone and focus on you? When the last time you meditate and just go into the different deep places of your mind and start the healing from within? And oftentimes they would say, oh, I don't do that, or my mind doesn't be that silent, or, I'm struggling with X, Y, and Z. So I've begun to notice that, generally people don't take time to work on themselves. And that somewhat explains why people don't reach the apex of what all they can be. They have so much potential, but they can't unlock the full potential because, they don't know themselves. I often come to people and ask them, do you know yourself? And they be like, what you mean? Of course I know myself. But when I say, do you know yourself, I more so mean, are you in tune with yourself? Have you fully unlocked yourself? Is there anything inhibiting you from reaching your fullest potential? Have you become your higher self? You cannot achieve any of these things if you don't take time, a moment of solitude, well, not even a moment, but some solitude to find yourself, find what you're good at, hone certain skills, whether it be, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and, go from there. But if you're constantly trying to fill the void within your life with other people and experiences and trying to do this and trying to, or even if you using different vices to numb yourself from actually dealing with your own reality and doing everything, whatever else besides taking that time and working on you, then you're never going to feel whole. Now, as that pertains to relationships with other people, you're going to find yourself not having like, great relationships with other people, especially when it comes to romantic relationships. Because the thing about it is, when you start to involve yourself with another individual and you start to feel some feelings of discontent, you don't even know if you're feeling discontent with that individual or you're feeling discontent with yourself. Most of the times it's you're feeling some discontent with yourself, because oftentimes people look to relationships as, oh, I have half, I'm meeting my better half, when it's more so should be, I'm a completed person, you're a completed person. When what I add to you, it should be icing on top of the cake, and vice versa. It shouldn't be you're a half piece of cake and I'm a piece of cake. No, we should come as two wholes, not two halves. Because what often happens is no other person but you can fulfill everything that you need or you feel like you need. If you feel like if you feel some discontentment with how your life is situated presently, whether it be financially or career-wise, another person can't fulfill that hole for you. You got to go do that. And some of us are scared. We always want to scapegoat to blame someone for why we don't succeed at certain things or why we feel a certain type of way. But that's unfair to the other individual. And also, once we be complete within ourselves, we will know who is really right for us and who isn't. So you would see, okay, like oftentimes when I go on dates, a lot of times I already know how certain situations going to go. I might take out, a young lady. We go through the date from the time we even meet up to the time we sit down and have a meal or like do an activity. I'm already reading her and I'm already, sort of feeling like where her head is and things like that. So me being complete, I'm not too focused on her looks or, my attractiveness to her. I'm also looking for something deeper. I'm also looking to see if she's stable within herself. And so, when I already deduced what I need to deduce from, her current disposition, from her current, disposition, I take away that, hey, maybe this isn't the person that I need to try to be dating at this moment, or take it even a little level, another notch higher, because this person, if they aren't conscious of they need to work on things on themselves, maybe they should be conscious. And I don't want to be the scapegoat to feel like, oh, while I'm working on me, I gotta bill you too. No, that's not what I want at this point in my life. I have no wherewithal for that. If you lacking something in this day and age, if you feel like you lack something, I can't be the one to fulfill that void in your life. You gotta go fill that void yourself, because I've taken time to perfect myself. I dug in deep. I figured out the things that I needed to work on and perfect them. So if I could take that same time to work on me, you could take that same time to work on you. So, so from that, I'm like, that's so important. I remember having a conversation with one of my best friends a couple of weeks ago, her and another close friend of ours. And, it's a female. It's a woman. And she was telling me about she's telling me about a guy who she was dating, or just talking about dating in general, and how she feels that the relationship she's been in hasn't been really edifying. So I simply told her, I was like, what are you looking for in a relationship? Because I feel a lot of people, both men and women, make this mistake of seeking after materialistic things or physical things and not focusing on the internal things, the spiritual things, the mental things. How can this person edify you spiritually, mentally, and emotionally? And how can this person add to you, not on a physical level, but on a mental, spiritual, and emotional level, right? We are often consumed on the things that this life dictates to us that we should accept, such as, oh, you should date a man that have plenty of money. Oh, you should date a woman because she have a crazy body or whatever. No, do not focus on those things. Focus on the internal things. Because you would realize if you focus on what's internally and not what someone, how they outwardly appear, if you focus on the inside, then you would see, you could separate the sheep from the wolves. You would know what's good for you and what's not good for you. You will not fall into the trappings of being in meaningless relationships that don't add anything to you. But you can't figure that out if you don't spend time with yourself, know exactly what you need and want out of a relationship with somebody, and then go out and search for that, and knowing that, hey, this is exactly what I want. Now, while you're searching for a mate, you're also trying to search for yourself. So then you're trying to almost search for yourself into somebody else, and often 9 times out of 10, or even 10 out of 10 times, you're gonna fail in finding the person that you're supposed to be with, or finding an individual that is gonna make you better and is gonna love you the way how you want to be loved. So I always say, you have to take the time and focus on yourself. It's power in loneliness. We hate being alone because our culture says we have to find someone, and if you're single, you have to be promiscuous, and if you ain't in a relationship, if you ain't got somebody, you lose it in life or something like that. So I know our culture promotes that, but are we ready to take on another human being? Because you could go and, find a relationship and y'all work out, and then y'all get married, and then y'all have children, and then y'all end up in divorce because y'all feel like you didn't reach the zenith of who you was meant to be, or you feel like you should be. So, that always comes into play. But like I say, if you know yourself before you even engaging in dating or engaging in other relationships with other people, then hey, that's gonna work out at the end of the day. So it's power in loneliness. You need some alone time. So, and just to shift a little bit, I saw this post today on Facebook. It was posted by Yada, who's a holistic healer. I've been following him for many years on a health tip, but I'll get on a health rant on another episode. But I like what he said about his wife, and I would like to read that little insert for y'all. So it starts out like this. My brothers, talking to the men, find you a woman that you can build an empire with. Everything else is secondary. I agree with that. But before you do that, you must heal from all childhood trauma. That is so essential, because we, as not both male and female, we often carry a lot of childhood trauma, and we do not take the time to heal from that. But we still engage other human beings in putting on this trauma on them, which they don't know nothing about, and they have their own trauma. But let me continue right here. So, before you do that, you must heal from your all childhood trauma. Most men walking the earth are wounded children in adult form. ! I like that. That's true. That's so true. Listen to me and listen clearly. Do not entertain a woman until your mental state and bank account are completely together. I agree with that too. Because for all my men out there, and I just did an episode of Baby Men No Sweetheart, and I break down why I say that. But I'm gonna, give a short right here, right? And I can say why a lot of men cheat. They feel like they lack something, not because the woman ain't giving them what they lack. Is that they're looking for her to fill in that hole that they so desire. But again, back to my earlier point, you got to take time for yourself and figure out yourself and complete yourself. Ain't no woman or no satisfaction can do that for you. So what Yada says right there is make sure your mental state and your bank account are completely together. So what that means is you need to take time. That's what I did. You need to take time to yourself. Work on yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially. Get yourself, like, if, you work in a certain type of job or whatever, like, see if you could, go back to school and get some skills or start a business or, start a savings plan and an investment plan. You got to do something to financially empower yourself as well as emotionally, spiritually, mentally empower yourself. Take some time, read some books, be around good people to empower you and to feed you good vibes and good energy and good information, because as you pour into other people positivity, let them pour back into you positivity. So I agree with that right there. So let me read that again. Listen to me and listen clearly. Do not entertain a woman until your mental state and bank account are completely together. I totally agree with that. My brothers that listen to me are now winning in life and in their relationships. And the ones that didn't are either struggling financially, their woman done lost all respect for them, or they're paying crazy amounts of child support. Yeah. Because if you don't know yourself, you're going to keep on going from woman to woman, trying to fill that void, and they ain't just filling that void, and all you creating is a path of dysfunction. And that ain't going to lead to nothing good. No real man would ever think about having a woman he loves struggling with him. That's correct. So that's why men out there, hey, don't get with a woman and say she wants you to marry her and you feel like you ain't get it financially yet. Like, do all that, do the heavy lifting first before you engage her, so like you won't feel pressure. And when y'all been together for some time and you feel like you ain't in a financial place or whatever, or a man never feel like a man until he has all his things together. So I'd say we'll focus on you first and then, engage other women. So, just because we have been taught, no real man would ever think about having a woman he loves struggling with him. Just because we have been taught that way doesn't make it right. Find yourself, then find you a person to win with. That's the slogan for this episode. Find yourself first, then find you a person to win with. Just because she's willing to go through the struggle with you doesn't mean she should. To women that says, well, I'm gonna hustle with my man, working together to build something for your firm is one thing, but giving all your energy to a Fortune 500 company that pays you nothing to what you're worth is completely different thing. That's not hustling, that's being hustled. The woman is the most valuable piece to the family structure. You are the first everything to the children. Keep her on that throne, my brothers. Take care of her the way you wish a man took care of your mothers. #yada. So, when I saw this, I completely agree with everything he said. And that's the type of rules I abide by. I don't think, especially me as a man, I should engage a woman if I don't feel complete within myself, because all I doing is wasting her time. And then, see, and the flip side of that is, now that I know that what I need to do as a man and be complete as a man, I know what an incomplete woman look like. See, now I can't say, I will avoid all the, I don't, what's a good word to use? I guess I will avoid all, like, I won't say a good woman either. Anyway, I will avoid the woman that will waste my time and money and won't add nothing to me, because I know what it is to be a complete individual. I'm not looking for self-gratification. I'm not looking for a cute face and a nice waist. I'm looking for something deeper. And I know what that is because I have found it for me. So, since I have found it for me, I know what it is to look for it into somebody else. So I know how to, separate the goat from the sheep. I know how not to waste time and chasing after the chicken heads, why I like to call them, and, focus on the queens. I see myself as a king. So being of royalty, I know what a queen looks like. So I ain't gotta go complain about, there ain't no good women around and all these different other things. No, because the law of attraction, who you are is who you will attract. So if you're nothing, you will attract nothing. But if you pose yourself as everything, you will attract everything. Energies, vibrations resonate on the same frequency. So if I'm vibrating and resonating on this particular frequency, the woman, whatever woman I choose to set out and look for, gotta resonate on that same frequency. And you'll know when you find her, because it's gonna be, y'all gonna think alike, y'all gonna see things from the same point of view. And, everything gonna be everything. But how can you get to that point when you don't know yourself? I asked you, how you can get to that point if you don't know yourself? Lord Jaylin Willard today is saying, know yourself. Take some time for yourself. Get away from all these distractions. Go fine-tune different skills in your life. Go fine-tune yourself mentally. Connect with God. Fine-tune your spiritual relationship with Him. Get to your higher self. That's what I'm saying. Or else you'll never be fulfilled at all. You're always going to be walking around feeling like there's something missing out your life, when the only thing missing out your life is you knowing who you are. But I gotta say, Mudda sick. You don't know who you is? How you don't know who you is? You better to go find out who you is, bro. Sis, bro, find out who you is. Because I telling you today, you will never have satisfaction in any of the relationships you engage in until you find out who you are. And that's it. Mudda sick trip. You know what it is? It's Lord Jaylin Willard coming to you again with another episode of Mudda sick. If you like to advertise on this show, feel free to email us at theoriginalpeoplenetwork@gmail.com. DM us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And, tune in for more of these episodes on the Original People Network. Check out our other shows, Everything Cool, that comes out at least twice a week. We're back now after our little November break. So stay tuned. We have a lot of bigger things coming for 2020. More episodes of Mudda Sick will be dropping as well. So stay tuned. Peace, love. And remember, take some time for yourself. Heal yourself. Build yourself. Be the best you. Yeah, you see.